What's going on, guys? ChaseWins.com. Happy Friday, everyone. Friday, February the 18th, 2022. Guys, happy Friday. Time to kick off another weekend. First and foremost, guys, if you're new, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you subscribe. Hit the notification bell when you do. That way you know every single time a video goes up. Because if a video gets posted, you can rest assured that there will be at least one, but many times, two, maybe even three free winners. No charge, just free. All it takes is a couple minutes to watch a video, but because there's no set time that videos come out, sometimes they're in the morning, sometimes they're mid-afternoon, sometimes they could be, early evening, if it's going to be for a late game or even for the following day, being, a weekend where games start early. Make sure you hit the notification bell. That way you don't see it hours later. You don't get to participate in the free play. You don't get to, take advantage of whether it be, a promotion, a coupon code, a big play that gets released, kind of like last night. So make sure you do that. Guys, I guess let's start off with this before we get you on some free plays and a recap. So yesterday, the long-awaited, highly anticipated game of the year. Everybody's been waiting on me to release a game of the year in the three sports that we are doing currently: NHL, NBA, and college basketball. We've had 7 plays in total, 8 if you count last night, that, got really close to making the cut. And then whether it be, changes with, player personnel, just no value in the line, market moves, things like that ended up not allowing those games to truly make the cut and meet the true criteria of game of the year. So they never got released. Well, yesterday, actually on Wednesday, one made the cut about 2 o'clock Wednesday afternoon, or just before 2 o'clock. It was set in stone. It was official, locked it in, got the wagers in. We got it posted on the website, sent out email blasts, social media, did the video, everything. And then again on Wednesday afternoon, later that afternoon, I recorded another video, multiple free plays, talked about the game of the year again, and that game was yesterday. That game, obviously, I didn't tell you what game it was in because I didn't want to give away, because people tend to then assume, they're like, well, I like this on that play, so I'm assuming that's what he's going to go with. And then if they lose, then they act like it's my fault. No, that's why don't ever assume you know what I'm playing, because most of the time when you do assume, you're wrong. So last night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, the Columbus Blue Jackets were on the road in Chicago at the United Center, taking on my Chicago Blackhawks. And boy, were the odds makers just, I don't know if they're just on drugs or what, but a total of 5.5 for not only a team like Chicago that is inherently a higher scoring team than league average, averaging 3+ goals a game since 2013, not just this season. There hasn't been a single season since 2013 where they have not averaged offensively at least 3 or more goals per game. So that's number one. And you talk about how they do at home, where this season they have averaged, for the season, mind you, have averaged roughly 4 goals a game when they are a home team, playing on at least one day of rest and playing where they're not coming off of a massive, road trip to this home game. And then not just that, but then if you break it down and just look in 2022, so what they've done since January the 1st to now, in terms of home team, home ice, how many goals they're doing? They're averaging 4.5 goals a game. You have a total of 5.5 with a team that scores more than 70% of the league in general, and a team that gives up 3 goals a game on average, no matter who they're playing. And Columbus being a team that scores very well on the road, not so much at home, but when they play a very fast-paced team that sometimes gets ahead of themselves and doesn't make, smart, methodical defensive decisions, they tend to score. That may have been the worst and most absurd total I have ever seen in the NHL that the odds makers have put out, proving that whoever's doing these odds, they don't know what they're doing. They're just going off of pure base and basic statistics to give a line. And if you know what you're doing, you know how to read them, you know what it should and should not be, you can find an edge, you can find the value, you can find the flaw, you can find the mistake, and you can fucking cash. So last night, 10-unit banger for the clients. 10 fucking units, people. The highest rating we put out on any game in any sport, period. It does not get higher than a game of the year. We had one last night. Columbus, Chicago, over 5.5 goals, minus $1.25. We didn't have to buy anything down. That was the William Hill line. That was the line at Bovada, at MyBookie, at Circa, at stations, everywhere. Had 5.5, minus $1.25 until about 7 o'clock last night, where most just about every accredited book, or every book on the strip at least, as well as your major offshore books like Bovada, like FanDuel, things like that, they did bump up to 6. But they bumped up to 6 at minus $1.05, allowing the people that bought it at the very last minute to either play that or be able to buy it down and still go over 5.5 and only lay $1.40. I would have laid $1.90 and been happy with it, because that was such an absurd total. How absurd, you ask? Well, let's see. Had there been 9 additional seconds in the first period, the over would have cashed in period 1. A third of the game, and the ticket would have cashed. There were 5 goals scored in the first period alone. You say, okay, well, we got 5. All we need is 1 more. There's 40 minutes of play left. We're only 1/3 of the way through the game. This is going to be easy. How easy, you wonder? Well, how about the puck drops for the second period, and 9 seconds in to the second period, boom, Columbus scores. There's 6 goals on the board. We cash. We win. We're a third of the way through the game. We're not even remotely close to halfway, and we cash a ticket. That's king shit right there. That's how you know you're the best in the industry. Instead of going out there and having a game of the year where you're chewing your fingernails off and you're pacing around like a crackhead, you can go out there, barely have time to freaking eat. I mean, nobody would even have time to go eat dinner before that ticket cashed. If you sat down for dinner at the time that game started yesterday, that ticket cashed before you stood up, period. Easy money. And it ended up being a 7-4 game, 11 goals scored. Could have been a lot more. What I saw in the game, and again, I wasn't there, so I don't know exactly what was in their heads, but it appeared to me that the Blackhawks, once they went down by about 3 goals, they were like, look, let's just get this over with. They had to worry about coming into a game tonight, which again played into our favor, not only for last night's game, but for what we're going to get into tonight. And it was just an absolute blowout. So congratulations to everyone that cashed in last night on the game of the year. We will have 2 more game of the year plays. You know, we hope something makes a cut. 1 in NBA, 1 in college basketball here over the coming days and weeks. NBA is now officially on the All-Star break, so they will do their little All-Star festivities tonight, tomorrow night, have the All-Star game on Sunday, and then they will be back to normal play next week. Again, we may have some All-Star action stuff going this weekend. Don't know yet. It's a crapshoot at that. If there's any sport where the All-Star stuff just really doesn't matter, it's the NBA. Outside of maybe the dunk contest, the 3-point contest. But again, odds are usually very steep because a lot of times it's very predictable, at least to a certain extent, who it's going to come down to. You know, the 2 or 3 people that are going to be isolated, and you know, the main focus factor, and one of them's always going to win it. So chances are you may not have anything there, but we closed out. We officially closed out, you know, the season pre-All-Star break with another great night in NBA and another sweep as always. Milwaukee Bucks and the 76ers. We took over last night on that. Easy over. I mean, that one right there, plenty of time in regulation left. That one cashed. And I had time to go walk the dog and everything else after that one was over, after it cashed and, you know, before the game actually ended. And then we also took the Clippers -10 as the nightcap in the NBA, and they absolutely blew the doors off of them last night. Clippers took care of business. I don't like them. Everybody knows I don't like Kawhi Leonard, even though he's out for the season. But again, another easy winner, another 2-0 sweep. NHL, we did drop the free play that we gave you yesterday on the Red Wings and the Rangers, but hey, sometimes you got to drop a free play. But we did cash in on the Winnipeg Jets on the money line. We did cash in on the Washington Capitals. We cashed in on the game of the year. We did have a small lean on the Anaheim Ducks on the money line at +205, and that's only because Edmonton was putting in their worst goalie, somebody that has very little experience, gives up 4 goals a game in the very, short sample size that you get. That's why I wasn't willing to lay premium money on it. So you drop a little half unit lean there, no juice, because again, it was +205. So you eat that one, it is what it is. But still, great night overall. College basketball, starting off the day, Murray State, nice huge blowout there. Coastal Carolina, we missed by a measly point, so, it happens. Cincinnati money line, Sam Houston State, both of them, -$1.20, -$1.30, both of those easy winners there. Houston took care of business last night. Arizona State and Oregon over took care of business. USC Washington over took care of business. UCLA over took care of business. Belmont missed by a bucket, literally by a bucket. That one just irritates the immortal shit out of me that they gave up those 10 points just by saying, here, go do what you want for the last 3 minutes. 10 points that they shouldn't have given up and wouldn't have even had to try. They basically had to go say, please go score points on us. And that cost us what would have been another easy win there. So, but all in all, college basketball, I mean, you look at, how many games there were that were released yesterday, and, win-loss, it's lopsided. Game of the year wins last night in NHL, along with some premium plays. We did drop the St. Louis Blues, and we dropped that team goal total over 3.5. What the Blues were doing last night, they weren't, the whole first 2 periods, it's like they didn't want to shoot. Why were you not shooting shots on goal? Again, what do I know? But, you've got to win a game, you have to score goals. To score goals, you have to shoot. Man, what a concept. Anyway, a sweep in the NBA last night, so congrats to everyone on a great night. What we talked about yesterday as far as the promos and everything, extra day stuff that was going on, the extra day promos I have done for another day. So 3-day, you get an extra day free, only $50, all premium and daily top plays in all sports. 7 days, $99, but I'm going to give you 2 days added on free, so you get 9 days for $99 instead of just the 7. Now, here's the kicker, what I'm going to do for somebody. The 30-day all sports pass, I'm going to give it to you for $349. And if you buy that, I will give you an additional 5 days on top of it. Okay? For absolutely free. So instead of 30 days, you'll get 35 days for $350. But I'm going to do you one better. How about the 30-day all access pass, which is usually $799. Okay? I'm going to offer it for $399. And keep in mind, it's an all access pass. If you want games of the week, games of the month, games of the year, and you don't want to have to buy them separately, you have to be an all access member. That's the only way to get them. Otherwise, you will have to buy them separately. So just think, last night, had you been on a 1 year or 30-day all access pass, you would have gotten that game of the year. You wouldn't have had to buy it. So if you bought it, you wouldn't have had to. If you didn't get on it because you had to buy it, just think. If you were on that, it would have come with it. So tomorrow, when there's a very, very, very good chance on Saturday that there is either a game of the week or month, depending on which one of these 2 games were to make it, maybe both, who knows? There is a massive NHL game that I'm looking at for Saturday, as well as a big game in college basketball that I'm looking at. Maybe both make it, who knows? But let's say one or both make it, doesn't matter. And you're an all-access member, you don't have to buy those. You get them. The second they're released, you have instant access. They're yours. Go get it, go play it, go win them. Cash in, close the week strong. You also get NASCAR. NASCAR is not included in anything but an all-access membership, or you have to be a NASCAR season holder. So here's a couple specials we're going to run. $399, I'm going to give you the 30-day all-access pass. Okay? You get games of the week, games of the month, games of the year, all of that. And I'm going to give you an additional week absolutely free. So instead of 30 days, you're going to get a full 37 days. So you're basically going to get 5 weeks of plays, all premium plays, all daily top plays, games of the week, games of the month, games of the year, NASCAR, everything for half price, literally half price. But there's limited spots of those available. I'm only going to allow a certain amount of people. We are going to divvy them out first come, first serve. You'll get a coupon code by reaching out on Twitter via DM. Reach out below. Now, if you are already on a 30-day all-access pass or a 1-year all-access pass, whatever, and you want to extend it for a month, I'll give it to you for $2.99 because you've already bought one. And then that's not all. NASCAR Season Pass is usually $999. Come Sunday, the Daytona, guys, Daytona is here. Do you want to be a part of the Daytona 500 and the true kickoff to the NASCAR season? 2 weeks ago when they had a race, that was a non-points race. It was basically just like an exhibition race. It didn't count for anything other than just fun and, sponsorship dollars. It means nothing in terms of the season. That begins at Daytona for the first race of the season. You want to be with Daytona? You want to be with Patrick, somebody who's cashed in, not just his head-to-head picks, not just his props, but has picked the outright race winner of the last 7 consecutive Daytona 500s? $999 is what you pay to get his entire season pass, every single play, premium, daily top play, pick of the week, pick of the month, pick of the season, doesn't matter, $999. Until Sunday, or until these 10 spots sell out, $150. How about that? $150. How can you beat that? DM, I'll give you a coupon code on that. And then we gave away those 3 MLB season passes for $500 yesterday. Sold out within 5 minutes. One person, because when we give out these coupon codes and they're designated for that specific person, they have a time limit. They will expire at midnight on that day. One person didn't use it. We reached out to him this morning and said, hey, did you realize that you didn't use it? He said, oh, well, I wasn't going to buy it until spring training started on March the 5th. It's not the way it works. So it's up for grabs. One left. First person to DM me and say, I want it, I'm ready to buy it, and you do it, you get the MLB Season Pass, which we're about 2 weeks away from the start of spring training. So that means that we're about a month, right at 6 weeks away from MLB starting and the biggest single sport season of your life with the MLB King himself. Normally $2,500, you get it for $499. One spot only. We still have spots left for the $9.99 early bird special to get it for $1,000. Still have some of those left. So if you were not to, get that $500 spot, you can still get it for $1,000. That will run until Sunday or until we run out of those spots, which right now I think we've got about a dozen left. So keep that in mind. NASCAR, $150 until they run out. One $500 MLB pass. We also have the $9.99 MLB passes that we still got about a dozen of. And then we're going to do those extra days promo. And then the 1 month all access pass, you get an extra full week free and you get it for $399 or $299 if you are currently on an all access pass and you want to buy that 30 days just to extend out, kind of early. You're not waiting until yours expires. You're doing it now. And then when yours, the day that yours is set to expire, that one will just take over and you won't skip a beat. You won't miss anything. And that way tomorrow, you start getting on it tonight. If you're not on one and you buy tonight, tomorrow you'll not only be able to cash in on the normal plays, premium and daily top plays, but if a big release gets put out there, which I am almost 99.999% sure that it will, maybe even 2, you'll get them. You won't have to buy them. They'll be there waiting for you. So make sure you do that. Go to chasewins.com. Go follow me on Twitter. Description. Look at my Twitter handle. Go DM me. Don't put it in a comment because I won't see it. Actually direct message me. Tell me who you are, what you want, and then, I'll take care of you. All access pass for 1 year, $7,000 is the normal price. Since we're doing all these promos, I'll tell you what, first person to DM me can have it for $1,000. One person. I'll tell you what, 2 people. 2 people can get it. You got to DM me on Twitter. First come, first serve. No exceptions. So you better do it now. It is Friday. It is right at 5 o'clock. So make sure you get on it. Plays are complete now. We do have a big top play going tonight that you will want. A lot of people have been messaging me all day asking what I think about the Maryland-Nebraska game tonight, who I like, what I'm doing. Well, I haven't told them anything because I have a play in that game tonight. So you want the winning play for that late game, that, you know, what is probably considered the game of the night tonight is for in terms of, you know, the teams and what it means, the conference, all that stuff. I've got your winner, and by the time you see this, it'll be posted on the site along with all the NHL for tonight, the remainder of the college basketball, and I am going to be working on these big, massive releases throughout the night. Anybody going to be in Blacksburg, Virginia tomorrow for the North Carolina Virginia Tech game, holler at me, DM me on Twitter, text me, email me, whatever. Let me know. And if you're going to be in Daytona on Sunday, let me know. Patrick's down there. We're all going to be down there hanging out with everybody. But again, most importantly, UNC, Virginia Tech. This is a team I've warned you about all season long. Virginia Tech is the real deal. I am worried about this game for my Tar Heels, but I like going to Blacksburg. I like their fan base. I like their campus. And I like watching them beat the shit out of their in-state rival, you know, kind of the hillbilly of the state, as you might say, kind of like NC State is to North Carolina. So if you'll be there, let me know. A lot of people turned out for the Duke game when we were at Chapel Hill. A lot of people turned out for the Clemson game. So hope to see some of you there. Let's get on some free plays. Congrats to everybody on another great day. Let's go kick this fucking weekend off the right way and close another week the best way we know how, which is with money in our pockets. Free plays for tonight. I tell you what I like. I actually like quite a few games, being that there's not a overwhelming amount of options out there tonight as far as size of, you know, card for games that are being played. You know, I have an NBA going on. You know, NHL doesn't have a huge slate of games going, and it's Friday, so you know there's not going to be a huge slate of college basketball and a lot of Ivy League stuff, which is, again, hit or miss. Certain weeks you get a lot of value out of them, some weeks you get none. So there is an Ivy League game that I like, but again, we'll talk about that later. I like tonight. Which one do I want to give you? I'll tell you what I'm going to give you. We're going to go to the NHL. We're going to go right back with the Blackhawks, playing on a back-to-back. Got destroyed by Columbus last night in our game of the year, where we went over 5.5 goals, and it was 7-4. Game was over in cash 9 seconds into the second period. I don't believe that this game will happen that way, but I do believe that this is a game that very well could and should cash this over by the time we start the third period. Another 5.5, except this one we're getting even better odds. I get it. Yeah, a little bit better goalies going in on both sides, plus Dallas defensively is a better team, plus they're not as good offensively. They play a slower pace. They don't shoot their shots on goal as heavy, and they don't score as well. But they're going to put up a couple against Chicago, who's not a good defensive team. They skate too fast for their own good, and they're playing on a back-to-back 3 and 4. Back-to-back nights, just after they played Columbus and got a foot broke off in their ass. Now they have to go a back-to-back night, third game in 4 nights, and play a Dallas team that's hungry to start building something. They haven't done anything as far as long-term this year. They want to start it. What better way than an exhausted, tired-legged Chicago team with a goalie that is below average? It still gives up 2.833 goals per game. I'm going to go over 5.5, but we get to take it at a minus $1.10. Basic, normal, 10% vig. That's better financial value than last night, even though it's not as big of an offensive matchup. I'm going to go over 5.5 with just the utmost of confidence in this game. I'll lay the $1.10. Stars, Blackhawks over 5.5. Go ahead and cash that one. You can take that one to the bank. And then I tell you what, in college basketball tonight, I like the over. Kent State and Ohio, 135 on this one. The total is correct. To be honest with you, the total could have come out anywhere from 133 to 133.5, all the way up to about 137, and you could have made a case for it 10 times over. I do think that this is, again, a slight overreaction to what they've done over the past couple of games, especially one team in general who went out there and only didn't even get into the 60s for a couple of games. I think this is a game where each team gets 70 or above because they're both going to play up tempo. They're going to be overly concerned with fouling in the beginning. That just means they're going to give in some of those easy drive-ins, layups, things like that, which is then going to overcorrect itself. You're going to get a lot more fouls in the second half. Go to the line, stop the clock, uncontested shot, point after point after point. I do believe this game gets over 140, no doubt. So at 134, I'm gladly going to go over. You're going to lay $1.15 to do it. It's another premium play. So Kent State, that game tonight in college basketball, over 134 points at minus $1.15. And the big free play for tonight, the Dallas Stars taking on the Chicago Blackhawks, over 5.5 goals at minus $1.10. Take it to the bank, cash it. Follow me on Twitter, DM me, tell me what you want. Let's get you set up today. Start making money today. Get with us all weekend. Get the big release for tomorrow. You will be one of the first to get it if you're signed up. Before anybody else in the world knows about it, before it goes on social media, before it gets put on a video, anything, the all-access clients get told about it before anybody else. So they can go and get their wagers in, guaranteed with no line movement. I love you guys. I will see you in the winner's circle. DM me, tell me what you want. Go to chasewins.com, get on a winning package, and join us in the winner's circle, and let's destroy your fucking book, and let's start it today. Love you guys. Congrats on the game yesterday. Let's do it again tonight. See ya.